No concrete wall on the outside, a hooky racetrack, generally plenty of wheelies as well. We go to Parramatta City Raceway now. Skip Jackson has a 2,000-point advantage. Brooke Tatnall easily in second, but the battle for third is an absolute corker. You've got Greenie, Dumsney and Lacey. All of them want to crack at Tatnall for second. What can happen from here? We're up to round 12.
Joining us here at World Series tonight from Pennsylvania, Fred Raymer. Fred, great to see you on a World Series show here at Parramatta. Tell me, your season in America, have you had a good one this year?
Yeah, we had an excellent season. We won points at both the regular tracks we run, Williams Grove and Lincoln. Won, I think, 24 shows, had about 25 seconds, and a real successful year.
Okay, this is the car you brought with you. Was this the car you were running in America last year?
One just like it. It's a J&J car. Also brought that one over there that Todd Shaffer's running. You know, hopefully we'll have something for him tonight.
Also joining Fred Raymer at World Series here tonight from Pennsylvania, the winner of 15 features this year in America, Todd Shaffer. Todd, that's a good year.
Yeah, we had a pretty good year, and started off a little rough over here, got upside down the first night, but we come back and won 2 weeks ago here at Parramatta, and been running pretty good ever since.
You like it in Australia?
Yeah, I like it a lot. I like the heavy tracks, and we don't get many of them back home anymore.
Bright red clay is a distinctive and instantly recognisable surface at Parramatta City Raceway. We find ourselves now for the Goodyear Eagle Dash, and not surprisingly, Gary Rush on the front row of the Eagle Dash. Alongside Kerry Madsen, the young man from St Mary's with a load of ability but precious little luck. Brooke Tatnall out of 3. Bob Jackson in the Sydney Express Couriers, number 12. A great result for him. He starts out of 4. And the two Americans from Pennsylvania, Freddie Raymer and Todd Shaffer. Raymer has the number 1 on his main wing. Shaffer has the number 2 on his wing. They both have number 1 on the tail tank. A little bit confusing. Keep looking at the main wing. Green light is out. We're underway. Rush up against Madsen, who wins the drag race. Oh, I tell you what, Shaffer in a big hurry to get to the front. Madsen is your leader, running into turn number 3 and 4. Rush tries the low side on him. Out of turn 4, back onto the main straight. 1 down, and we rumble into turn 1 and 2, and Rush lost a lot of ground just there. Kerry Madsen, a study in how you keep a race car straight is this young man. On the main straight, he's opening up quite a healthy advantage. Brooke Tatnall in 3rd, back in 4th. It is Freddie Raymer in 5th. Shaffer, I just saw Raymer hook a bit of a rut then. Car straightened up on him. Look at the Americans battling for their own piece of territory back in the field. Meanwhile, this guy is cutting his way through the clean air out in front. Kerry Madsen, Brooke Tatnall, running in the 3rd spot at the moment, sitting 2nd in the series. Would dearly love to run down Skip Jackson, but I don't think it's going to happen. In the point score chase, Skip Jackson has been virtually unstoppable, although Brooke has certainly had his moments. Onto the main straight, master blaster of sprint car racing, Gary Rush in his final season as a competitor, and just loves it when the big guns come to town. Look at the lead that Kerry Madsen opened up. He takes the win decisively in the Goodyear Eagle Dash. 2nd is Rush, 3rd is Tatnall.
3 magic names around Parramatta City Raceway. Let's hear it for Madsen, Rush and Tatnall. 1, 2 and 3. We might have 5 American here tonight, ladies and gentlemen.
So Rush and Madsen share the front row. There is Shaffer to the right of your picture. Brooke Tatnall out of 3 alongside him as we get set for some punishing sprint car racing around PCR. Onto the main straight, Rush appeared to get the whole shot. Ooh, just juggles it out of turn number 2. Well, Madsen back to 2nd. 53 years of age, and Gary Rush still one of the most unbelievable talents on any given night of sprint car racing. Madsen runs off the circuit. I think he'd be a little bit starstruck. Was probably expecting to have the lead by now. Shaffer picks up the front wheels. Runs down on the bottom of Madsen as they come out of 4. Brooke Tatnall back in 4th. It's Bob Jackson back in 5th. As we see Shaffer through on the inside now. Look at that car picking up the front wheels. Well, Madsen kept it very settled. He ran out of turn number 2, and the car was tracking beautifully all the way out of the turn. He's back to 2nd. Shaffer had a brief glimpse of what second place looked like. Track starting to slick off just a little. Brooke Tatnell back into fourth spot, and here he is. Now residing in Kellyville, managing director of Pick and Payless out in Blacktown, a 10-time national champ, over 300 main event wins. Proved the first 299 odd weren't flukes. Rush works the Castrol Maxim out of turn number 4. Back onto the main straight. This will be a popular victory. Got a good lead up his sleeve. Madsen started to come back at him though. You can see he started to open up some ground over third place Shaffer. Brooke Tatnell. I know Brooke, he'll be disappointed. Doesn't like running anywhere outside of the top 1, especially not at PCR where he's always so strong. Down the back straight, field starting to spread out. Rush should get into the lap traffic fairly soon. Here's the man they call Mr. Excitement. Todd Shaffer out of Millerstown in Pennsylvania. Teammate this year of fast Freddie Raymer from Selfordville in Pennsylvania. And they brought a two-driver operation. They brought 5 cars in total, so they're very well prepared. They'll be running up the east coast of Australia in the next couple of days. Madsen, the Put Your logo here, number 29 car is starting to reel Rush in. Well, here's the corporate back, number 2 Castrol car of Rush. The privateer, largely unsponsored, of Kerry Madsen. And Madsen is starting to come. You see Rush's car getting a little bit sideways in the turns, and Madsen's car, in stark contrast, although not just there, has been very straight. He runs across the slick. Look at the front wheels, very much in line all the way around. He's starting to get the bottom of the track. He's starting to stick for it. See a little bit of moisture still down there. Now Rush running right through the slick spot. Hasn't exactly got a huge amount of drive coming off the turns. Look at Madsen, right there with him. Well, Kerry Madsen keeps the car straight. Rush will have a look back on the inside. Ooh, Madsen wanted to get back across there, and Rush, very cagey, got straight back across the line. Madsen was definitely impeded coming out of the turn there. That's interesting. Well, let's see if we can pick him back up. I think he might have got off the circuit. So Shaffer now in second, the number 2 car from the USA. Tatnell in third as Rush puts a lap down on Anthony Lambert in the Club Crocodile, number 77 Maxim. Out of turn number 4, Danny Hart in the Pertec car. Good to see Danny Hart having such a strong run. Talented budget racer. Again, Rush right through the slick. The slick spot is that black strip you can see running through the track. Now Rushy now is going down a little bit lower. He's trying to pick up some extra moisture and some extra bite. Shaffer quite some way back. In fact, he's in danger of being peeled off by Brooke Tatnell, sitting right in the middle of the slick as well. Surprised nobody's gone up above the cushion at all. Mustn't be too much drive up there because I thought someone might have made it work. Well, trouble here. Lacey has spun the Spees Hecker, number 26 I should say. And Colours Unlimited car will bring us back to a restart. Rush in full command. Sitting in the second spot is Todd Shaffer from the USA. Well, Danny Hart did the right thing. He just moved straight out of the way, not to impede the race any further. Oh, someone off the track and upside down. I think it's Peter Murphy, is it? The O'Brien aluminium car. Well, let's have a look at a slow motion replay here. He's peeled off the back of a slower car getting up out of the way. It might have even been either Lambert or Hart that were trying to get out of the way. So he's obviously peeled up the top of the track trying to get around. And over it's gone. Yeah, O'Brien aluminium car in turn number 1. Back at the restart. Well, this man is Cool Hand Luke when it comes to restarts. Oh, somebody, I think it was Shaffer, ran right up the back of Lambert, who decides, well, I'm out of here. I'm trying to get out of the way, and everyone's running over me. Brooke Tatnell, how he didn't pick up the move on the outside then, I think he was as surprised as Shaffer was. Then all of a sudden, the number 2 car was pointing towards the moon. Down the back straight away. Rush, meanwhile, untroubled. Look, he's running right down on the low board. He's really searching for the moisture. Shaffer still in the second spot. Tatnell in third. I think that might be fast Freddie Raymer. It is. He's back in fourth spot. And Skip Jackson, number 7, skilled engineering car. Not a best of runs for Skip at this particular circuit. He really cut his teeth in sprint car racing here. Into turn number 2, Rush in full command. Now Shaffer has gone to the top. The car in the second shot is going up the top of the track now. We talked about it earlier, how no one was really running the cushion above that rail of dirt that runs through about 2/3 of the way up. You can see Rushy down the bottom. Shaffer appears to be working the top. Out of turn number 4, you can bet your bottom dollar that Freddie Raymer gave Todd Shaffer the tune-up about this guy out in front. Watch out for him. Shaffer, look at him making ground above the cushion. It's a rough old ride out there, but if you're prepared to stay there, look at Shaffer. Sticks the right rear on the rail and drives on past. Well, that was a sweet move. You saw him coming. Be interesting to see now where the Rush moves up onto that rail as well. Look at Shaffer just motor away. Bangs the cushion, straightens the car. Look how straight he is. Now that is just a good looking drive. Shaffer, well, American drivers generally time their runs very well. They know, as many Aussies do too, but they seem to be just a little bit better at it. And coming on late in the race, and this car has really come on in the dying stages. Shaffer, your leader now. Rushy back in second spot. Still running a little bit higher on the track, but certainly not as high as Shaffer, who puts a lap down on Lacey. Been a commanding performance from the Pennsylvanian. Very close to victory lane for him. Brooke Tatnall back in the third spot. Brooke won't be happy. He's just never happy unless he wins that thing, although he's putting a big drive to come from well back. He'll be satisfied, but he started on the second row. Rush working the outside of Lacey now. Track really slick in places. Back onto the main straight. Can he run down Shaffer? Well, look at the lead. The far left of our screen is Shaffer. He's absolutely blasting away. It's been a commanding performance from him. The O'Brien Aluminium, USA number 2, J&J. Oh, Todd Shaffer, look at him above the cushion again. The car straightening right up, but the room he has got up his sleeve is just phenomenal. Look at that. Coming up now to put a lap down on Hart in the Pertec car. And I think we are getting extremely close to a checker in this situation. Above the cushion again. Hard down the back straight, around Hart. Look at that, off the gas. See how off the gas he is. He's not sideways, and Rush 2 now, keeping the car very straight. Candle's still back in the third place. 30-lap journey around this place. And there is Freddie Raymer and Skip Jackson running at close quarters. Skip trying to make the bottoms. Skip Jackson looks a little bit more like the chemistry student that sat next to you in class, but he is a gunfighting sprint car driver, make no mistake about that. Look at this big drive from Shaffer, getting stronger as the race goes on. Putting a lap down on somebody there. Now this is a good battle here between Skip and Raymer. Jackson, ooh, he had to hold the car down on the brakes. Raymer using the outside groove may still just have the advantage, but Skip is such a clever racer. He'll come out of the throttle and make that bottom groove stick. Shaffer getting stronger as this race goes on. They're coming up behind Linton Jeffrey now in the CR&D. Simple Grow, number 99, Rush. Ooh, through on the inside, thought he made the clean pass, but the car squared up a little bit on him midway through the turn. Long-serving mechanic, crew chief, and good friend John Barrett working the spanners on that car. And we're going to go yellow. Trouble in turn number 2. It looks like it's Hart. It is, in the 39 Pertec car. What a shame for Hart. Did very well tonight, the budget racer. He gets set for a restart. Shaffer in the lead. You'll notice they put the lap car back in its position. It gives the advantage back to Shaffer at the restart. Rush still in second. Tatnall in third. A great battle looming between Raymer and Jackson back in the field. Well, Jeffrey did the right thing, got straight out of the way. Raymer tried to go to the bottom on him, try and get that move and pick up Tatnall. Max Dumsney is starting to come on now too. Well, you remember we talked about Max being further back in the field. Well, he's certainly starting to make his way through now. Let's have a look. It's Raymer on the bottom of Tatnall now. So there's a couple of different grooves at this racetrack, as there usually is. And people starting to employ different means of getting to the checker first. Onto the main straight. Todd Shaffer, again with a handy lead up his sleeve. He's been able to just drive away. Rush has been very strong for his second. Tatnall in third. And look at Shaffer. Just a study in keeping the car straight, the wheels in line, and the checkered flag. Well, prize money in the bank. The American, Todd Shaffer, does the job from Gary Rush in second, Brooke Tatnall in third. A fast finishing Freddie Raymer back to Skip Jackson and Max Dumsney. And that ends round number 12, Parramatta City Raceway, of the $500,000 World Series Sprint Car.